Back on the record, the time is 12:27 p.m.
So, off the record, Mr. Keithley and I had a brief discussion. At this point, Mr. Rosen has elected to discontinue the deposition scheduled for today. As I've stated several times today throughout the deposition, Mr. Sharp's presence has caused Mr. Rosen to be intimidated, harassed, and put him in a great deal of distress. We've mentioned this on the record and off the record. Mr. Sharp's presence was not told to us prior to the deposition. There is a lot of emotional involvement in this litigation, and his presence was not appropriate given the circumstances. Throughout the deposition, Mr. Sharp has mumbled comments under his breath. He's made intimidating commentary off the record. He's passed numerous notes disrupting the schedule of the flow of the deposition, interrupting the deposition, and he's made mocking faces to Mr. Rosen that disturbed him greatly. Also, while we were over the lunch period, we were informed that Mr. Sharp was tweeting about the deposition, and that's obviously inappropriate, and that's additionally causing Mr. Rosen emotional distress. So, pursuant to 2025-420, we are going to suspend the deposition.
Can you show me the tweets? I'd like to see them on the record.
We don't have the tweets here. He received notice that was what was going on.
From who?
I don't have.
Mr. Sharp was not tweeting.
Okay.
100% was not tweeting.
Show me the tweets.
He said he doesn't have them. We disagree with your categorization. Mr. Sharp and I were speaking at lunch. There was one, what I thought might have been an outburst that was a cough he was not able to control. That was the only time that I heard him. And a plaintiff is allowed to attend a deposition and is entitled to pass notes to his or her attorney, as Mr. Sharp did. It wasn't in any way distracting. I'll note that as soon as Mr. Rosen was confronted with the fact that there's no factual basis for any of his comments, that's when the deposition seemed to end. And so I think this is all pretext, that you don't want to continue on with the valid lines of inquiry that I had planned. I had several more hours and several documents that I wanted to talk about. I understand that Mr. Rosen wants to delay these proceedings, and I think that this is probably his attempt to delay them, and we will be seeking whatever relief is available from the court.
Excellent. Okay, so with that, and go
I
ahead.
would just like to add a statement on the record, please, counsel. Narmeen Shaheen, also present. I have been present on Zoom, and I can attest to the fact that I have heard mumbling from Mr. Sharp on my end. I additionally, off the record, while attorney and client thought that maybe I was muted or they were muted, I heard Mr. Sharp making intimidating commentary about Mr. Rosen. We have asked counsel whether he would be willing to proceed with the deposition and asking his client to leave. He refused to do so. Our client was clearly in distress, and I agree with everything Mr. Farkas said as to the basis for suspending the deposition today.
Are you the one who found the tweets, supposedly?
I have also been privy to the fact that the tweets were sent to Mr. Rosen, and the tweets said something to the effect of, "You should see how Rosen is getting creamed in his deposition today." I'm attempting to...
By whom?
Yes, I'm attempting to pull them, but they were private tweets, and I can't pull them because I'm not friends with Mr. Sharp on Twitter.
Okay.
And he is now laughing again.
That's me, by the way, so you can't tell the difference between voices. How do you know the mumbling wasn't me? This is David Keithley.
Because I was
Maybe it
present
was
for
you,
it.
counsel. Regardless, that would also be inappropriate if it was you, but off the record...
I'm entitled to mumble all I want while I'm asking questions, counsel.
Slow down.
If it's intimidating and harassing the witness, you are not entitled to do so.
I have never said anything to intimidate or harass the witness. And if he felt that way, I think that it's pretextual because he was afraid of what might come out. But regardless, we're not going to solve anything today. Anything else that anyone would like entered into the record?
Not for me.
Okay.
Narmeen,
We will be ordering a
No,
copy of the
thank you.
transcript.
and we'd like a rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take a rough.
Off the record.
Off the record.
Off the record, the time is 12:32 p.m.
Judge is gonna love watching that video.